So, as part of the Mazinger Z 50th anniversary, I decided to rewatch Mazinger um, Edition Z: The Impact, which was directed and written by Yasuhiro Imagawa. And the reason I bring up his name is because I would say he's definitely my favorite of all the directors of mecha anime, and the only one where I would even recognize his name. Not only did he do this series, which I would say is, if I could only recommend one Mazinger series, it would be this one. But he also did Tetsujin 28, 2004 TV series, and he did my all-time favorite anime, which is Giant Robo. So he has a tremendous track record. And I would say that as much as I love Mazinger Edition Z, I'd say Tetsujin 28 may have been even better. I'll have to rewatch that one also. We're well past the 50th anniversary of Tetsujin. So. Does he ever have a stumble? Yeah. I thought that this would be amazing, which is Gundam Mobile Fighter, Gundam G, and a combination of Imagawa and Gundam. It was terrible. Absolutely terrible. Easily my least favorite of all the Gundam. What he tends to do is take franchises and then create his own spin on it. And so he really did something very different and unique with Mobile Fighter, and I just think it was a complete fail, absolute fail. So did not enjoy this one, even though this is volume 2, I have 2 volumes of it, so I don't know, didn't like that one. So it says on Wikipedia that according to the production staff, it has no relation to the 1970 show and should not be described as a Mazinger Z remake. I think that is something lost in translation because it obviously is from the 1970s show. Then it goes on to say that it is a retelling of the basic story of Mazinger Z, featuring most of the characters, mechanical beasts, and some of the general plot. So that's true, is that it is a retelling. You can't, it's, the characters are often very different, somewhat different. I mean, I shouldn't say very different. It also says that it keeps the original plotline of Mazinger Z, but makes references to other Go Nagai. Go Nagai was the one who was the author and artist who created Mazinger Z. His other works, including Devilman, Violence Jack, Mao Dante, Abashiri Family, and others. I don't know any of them. I did actually watch Violence Jack back in the 90s. I didn't enjoy it. I know of Devilman, but I've never watched it. So I couldn't tell you what the references were in here, but it is so good. The animation is gorgeous. It came out in 2009 with 26 episodes, and the plot really moves fast. And there is a lot of references to the villains from Great Mazinger. Oh gosh, what is I suddenly can't remember the name. The Mycenaean Empire, Mycenaean, and so they have a heavy role in that. But the villain is Dr. Hell, there's Dr. Hell up there. There's Baron Ashura. There is Count Brocken, and where's Pigman? I don't see Pigman, even though he has a major role in there. There's this detective, and I don't know what he's from. I don't recall him ever being in any Mazinger, so I think he's from a different series. But it definitely helps the experience to have watched the original series, but I don't think it's mandatory. And it's interesting to see how they utilize the different characters. It's Koji Kabuto is the main pilot. There are references to, oh gosh, what's his name? Tetsuya Tsurugi, who was the pilot of Great Mazinger. He sort of appears in there. Now, the ending of this, in episode 26, we discover that Baron Ashura, who went all the way back to the Mycenaean Empire, which I'm not sure when they were, but hundreds or thousands of years ago, that he was actually working with the Great Emperor of Darkness. And so at the very end, on episode 26, it is the rise. Dr. Hell is killed just as he was in the first series. And then we see the true enemy, which is the Mycenaean Empire. So it leaves on a cliffhanger. I guess that there was an intention of having a second series, which would be Great Mazinger, and it never happened. So basically, it gives the impression that after all their hard work, the Mycenaean Empire took charge and, I guess, destroyed the Earth. So without the second series, it kind of ends that way. I was reading some stuff about how they're trying to work to do the second series and get that going. Unfortunately, the thread that I was reading was from 2011, so I assume that's dead. I think that Yasuhiro Imagawa has been retired for years, actually, because I don't see anything new being produced by him since, 2014? So almost 10 years. And I don't even think he's that old. He's 62, so I'm not sure what happened to him. He's still alive. But this is definitely a series I highly recommend. This the series I'm just now starting, and I watched it before. It didn't make much of an impact on me because I barely remember it. But Mazinger Z Infinity, and I think that came out in 2017, so I'm going to give that a rewatch. Uses a lot of CGI, and this one I definitely remembered. This one I don't remember, so I'm going to assume that this one is superior. So if you want to start on Mazinger, and maybe you're not into those old 1970s style animation, and you want to get it over in 26 episodes rather than like 50, 60 some episodes, then give Mazinger Z Edition Z the impact. And I think that this is just good as an anime, even if you're not into mecha or Mazinger Z or anything. I think it's just a very good anime overall. So that's Mazinger Z, The Impact.